with the latest information from the ATO zone. Good afternoon, dear journalists. Despite the peaceful initiative of the President of Ukraine and the observance by Ukrainian side of the Minsk agreements, the militants continue the armed provocations against the ATO forces. Besides, the enemy actively uses the prohibited weapons, in particular 120mm mortar launchers, the artillery, and tanks. However, the ATO forces are reliably holding the defense, and information about the retreat to our servicemen from their sides is a false one and is spread in order to disseminate the panic moods in the society and to discredit the ATO forces. In the Lugansk area, the situation remains relatively tense but controlled. In particular, the enemy actually used the mortar shelling near Shasty and Zhovty. Also, the armed provocations of the enemy took place near Lugansk and Bakhmut road. They were talking about the villages of Torkhizm and Karnizhin. There was no use of the heavy weaponry on the part of the militants in this area. The next segment, the mortar shelling of our positions, continue on the part of the militants to the south of Svetlodarsk. Also, the enemy fired at our positions, the first and second lines of defense, to the northern west from Gorlivka, using 152 artillery. At the western outskirts of Donetsk, the fighting continues around the clock between Avdiivka and Marinka. In Mariupol segment, we have still the relative ceasefire or the silence, but the enemy actually keeps the heavy weaponry at the front line. Also, they used 122 self-propelled artillery Gvozdika. Also, there were short-lived provocations near Chermlik and Shorkino. Yesterday, we registered 7 flights of unmanned aerial vehicles. Over the last 24 hours, no one of the Ukrainian servicemen was killed, but there were 3 wounded persons. According to the operational information, among the militants, the unsatisfaction with today's situation grows. The leaders of the illegitimate armed formations really are very much concerned, since more and more militants would like to surrender. Now, we'd like to remind that according to Part 6 of Article 180 of the Criminal Code of Ukraine, a person who leaves the illegal armed formations and informs about this formation the competent bodies is relieved from the criminal responsibility. At the checkpoint Berezove, then between Donetsk and Mariupol, our border guards detained the truck commands with ammunition. In order to stop this truck, the border guards actually fired at the air, and in order to prevent the attack from the part of the enemy, also the additional reserve groups arrived at the site. There were 2 men in the camouflage uniform without any kind of insignia. One of them actually introduced himself as the officer of the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation in the rank of mayor. Another was a member of the illegal armed formations. In Kostinka, the SBU detained 2 militants from the band formation, the gangster formation, the criminal formation DPR, the nicknames Scorpion and Kravets. It has been established that the detained persons for more than 1 year were fighting at the part of the enemy, and actually they changed. They went from one gang from another one. Also, they participated in the fights against Ukrainian military men near Debaltsevo and the Donetsk airport. They actually were detained when they came to have arrest in Konstantinovka. The SBU actually blocked another channel of financing of the militants. The criminals cooperated with Mariupol enterprises, which were engaged in sending the funds or the freights with the commodities and goods to the occupied territory. Later, the funds, which were obtained through the criminal or illegal manner, were transferred to the Russian companies in Rostov-on-Don. And then from there, they were transferred or turned into the cash and sent for the needs of the illegal armed forces. These 51 accounts were arrested and 14 business structures were eliminated. Actually, one of the humanitarian assistance continues to be sent to the occupied territory. And this is the end of my story. Are there any questions? Would you please tell me the situation in Berezovka, if you know about that? Why those two military guys were moving to? Well, actually, they were moving from the ATO zone or towards the ATO zone, and why? And now, exactly, those two detained persons they were sent to the SBU, the Security Service of Ukraine, in order to identify their identities, actually, those persons, and the reasons why were they found themselves there, and why they were going somewhere else, and all of a sudden they changed their itinerary. Do you have any data how many Russian officers or military guys were detained during over the period of ATO zone? Actually, speaking about the next question, we have a video. Can we put it on the screen now? We wrote here. Where to Donetsk? How could you determine that was an army corps? Somebody told you? Yes, a senior officer. Okay. They took us promptly to the third or first floor to the conference room, and they told us never leave that room and wait. Nobody instructed us. They were just coming to us were just representatives of different units under the fake names or false names. So all of them were coming, you were coming from territory of Russian Federation, you had some kind of a legion, right? Assumed name, some kind of aliases. What position you had to take in the brigade? Head of some service in that brigade. When? How long did you stay in Donetsk? Since this day. So you were coming from Donetsk? And where? Where you were coming or going? To Yasny. Where? To Yasny. The task was given to you by who? Did you go to that place before? Never. I never even heard that name. And the last checkpoint, checkpoint, they told me just go ahead and yeah, I was yesterday during the meeting. And this morning, during lineup, they reminded me that don't you forget that tomorrow we are going to. I said I don't forget what they're going to do to bring their some kind of solution, whatever. Some colleagues, are there any other questions? This kind of interrogation, that was the military man or security guy. So both of them identified themselves. One of them said that he was the officer of the Russian army in the rank of major. And another, we have to check that information. And it has been established. The second one is a member of the legal DPR formation. So regarding the latter one, his actually personnel is being identified now. The person who was interrogated, I understand that was only one person. I can tell you. This is just the video we received really short time ago. If there are no more questions, thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you, and see you again. Today the pre-briefings are over. Our working day is over. As for the tomorrow schedule, you can look at the schedule at our website. Thank you, and see you again.